The African Union is set to formally discuss the recent xenophobic attacks targeting African migrants in South Africa and is at its next summit. Ghanaian President John Dramani Mahama said AU Commission Chairman Mahmoud Ali Yusuf has acknowledged the need to place the issue on the agenda after Ghana formally requested it. Yusuf described the attack as a major concern, while Mahama warned that sweeping the matter under the carpet would not address their root causes. He said a continental discussion will allow South Africa to present its viewpoint while member states work together on finding lasting solution. And lastly, Cameroon's ruling party has dismissed concerns over President Paul Biya's prolonged absence, insisting there is no constitutional or political vacuum. This comes after the 92-year-old leader has reportedly been away from the country for more than 45 days. While opposition figures are demanding greater transparency and some have questioned who is leading the country, the ruling party insists state institutions continue to function normally. Paul Biya, who has ruled Cameroon since 1982, has not publicly indicated when he will return. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's get to the events we've got on our plate. Yes, let's get to what we've got on our plate. Sorry, we encounter a problem. We hit the rock, so you can get us not on the internet entirely, but Facebook, only Facebook. So those of you who follow Facebook or who are online on Facebook, you know, except for YouTube and other channels. However, it will be solved very soon. But let's go with what we've got on our plate. The celebration of Liberia at 179 Sunday, but will be celebrated on Monday. So we've got a long holiday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Long holiday we've got ahead of us. A long holiday, long holiday we get ahead of us. So to start enjoying the holiday, Mr. President has gone ahead. Mr. President has gone ahead. He ran ahead of everybody where the celebration will be taking place. Grand Bassa County. Mr. President has left the capital. He has gone to Grand Bassa. There he will go through a series of activities before the main event on Sunday, and we hope that everything will go well. And you know what I mean, everything will go well. So there few people line up to receive him, few individuals line up to see him. You will have people coming up, it's obvious, because he's the president, and in president, the people come out to receive, to welcome. But in terms of crowd magnitude, crowd output, our president does not have it. He is not the popular guy. He is the unpopular guy. But you cannot take the reality from him. He is the president, but he's not the popular type of a president. He has gone down in history as the only president in Liberia's history, very unpopular. He has not connected with the people. The people are yet to connect with him. He is not the extrovert type of president, politically and humanly speaking. He is the introvert type. He had been that way from a very long time. So coming to the presidency, he finds it very hard to connect with the people because he had always been a disconnect. President Boaga has never been a connected person with the people. He had always been a disconnect. And that goes back to when he wasn't president. He wasn't the type that could identify with people, come down to people, sit with them, lecture with them. He was always this conservative type, moving or feeling comfortable with the elite, his class. And you see that in the presidency. That is why he does not know how to do certain things, human or social, I should say. He does not know it at all because he had always lived this disconnected life. And don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not saying that you should not live a life worthy of your plan, but you want to take up time to get along with people, to identify with people, especially those they refer to as ordinary people or as commoners. You want to get along. You want to come out of your conserve zone sometimes and not do some things, get on. The singular reason or the only reason they had all manner of things to say about George Weah from a social point, because that's how he came out. He had always been connected with the people. Watch George Weah's upbringing. His upbringing was not a conservative one. It was not a Congo one. It was a liberal one. And he lived that way, grew up with it, and so into the presidency. That's why he said, he meant when he said the presidency will not change him. Unity Party people in opposition, the midnorths all over the place. The presidency also called for flexibility. The presidency also calls for flexibility. Look at Barack Obama when he was president of the United States. We saw his social life. We saw his social life. Look at other presidents before Barack Obama. Look at the Croatian president. I can give you several presidents, their social life. It tells you how they were connected. They did not disconnect themselves from society. So that labor style, that labor instinct lived with them. And in the presidency, you see that openness. Unlike our president today, he is the conservative character. He does not know anything social. So he turns out in Bassa, unknown president. Not necessarily President Boaga is not known as the president of Liberia. That expression simply means that you keep yourself from society, from people. You don't move out, nobody knows you. That's how he was. From YMCA to his house, from his house to YMCA. Even when he was vice president, he wasn't the type moving around. So he was disconnected from the masses. He becomes president. He wants to be social. He wants to be that person he wasn't when he was not president, not vice president, even when he was vice president. But the reality cannot allow him to, because it is entrenched. So it can happen. So he turns out, few people turn out to say, oh, let's just give some kind of respect to our president, man. Let us not disgrace this man. So let's wave flag. And wave the flag. So they'll wave the flag and shouting that Tweye, papi, Tweye. The simple way to flatter a person. Simple. So he's gone in Grand Bassa. There the celebration will take place. And the atmosphere is not just one of a celebration. Yesterday, they said, and this goes for you Unity Party people. They said, look, the 26 coming. We administration, they're talking now. 26 coming. He ain't even looking like 26. Look at how the country looking. Everything just everything just poor. Yeah. Here we are in Boaga government. You're rejoicing. The same people and everybody complaining. Ain't even looking like 26. Ain't even looking like the country's Independence Day. Ain't looking at the country Independence Day. Just look the normal of people moving up and down. That's how it looks. Watch the atmosphere. Like Liberia Independence Day is not coming at all. It's just everything just looking that kind of sick way, too bad of, too pathetic. Only few people enjoying it and going to enjoy it. Only few people. So he gone to Grand Bassa County ahead of the celebration where a couple of things will take place. He gone in Grand Bassa County, Grand Bassa. Mr. President, there where he is presently. He gone in Grand Bassa County, Grand Bassa. All right. That will be doing it for that. So it is now officially confirmed that the 3 jurors who came out and said they were bribed, Unity Party government released them. They say they released them under the Act of Witness Protection. Since they blew the whistle, they saw wrong and they did not concede the wrong. They brought the wrong out. So they cannot be held liable because they are the ones who saw wrong and they did not say. So they free them according to them under the Witness Protection Act and other issues. The 3 are the ones that voted against Samuel Tweye to find him guilty. So they say under the Witness Protection Act or Witness Protection Law or Witness Protection Framework, since they blew the whistle, they cannot answer to any question. They can go home. So here is the question, and this is the question that is lingering in the mind of everybody. All those times, 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, why did they not raise or blow the whistle immediately? After staying off almost 3 weeks, they come back. So it is political. Everybody knows. We've been saying it. Everybody had been saying it from the very first day. President Boaga wants Samuel Tweye in jail at all costs, but it is not merely Samuel Tweye is not the target. George Weah is the target. President Boakai enemy is George Weah. He sees George Weah as his enemy. And George Weah is not an enemy to President Boakai. If President Bouaka was George Weah enemy, President Bouaka wouldn't be president today. He will be in his grave and only his bones will be there because he will have died. I say it this way because we know that for a fact it was George Weah that saved his life. So President Weah is not enemy to Joseph Yema Bouaka, but Joseph Yema Bouaka sees President Bouaka as his enemy. A person who saves your life, saved your life, a person who prevented you from dying, a person who keeps you alive today. You have taken that person as your enemy. And President Weah in no way does not have anything against President Bouaka, but President Bouaka has something against President Weah. And the vessel that harbors hate, grudge, malice, evil, it is that vessel that is affected. That vessel is never in peace. That vessel never sleeps well. That vessel lives with all of those elements of the devil within him. The person, the vessel that you think you're pouring that anger on or against, the person has no time. The person is going. So it affects the vessel that is harboring hate, malice, grudge. Then you think the person, those acts are poured on. It is pinning President Bouaka. It is hurting him because he can't get to his target. And he can never get to his target. So they move to plan B. Plan B, get to Samuel Tuer. After Samuel Tuer, we'll get to this person. After this person, we'll get to another person. That is why Samuel Tuer say he's submitting to no retrial, because the retrial, even if Samuel Tuer submits a retrial, God in heaven will look in Samuel Tuer's face and say, you are the most stupid being that I've ever created. Must I come down to tell you that these people, the goal is to crush you and your master, George Weah, and everybody? You will be the stupidest person to submit. God and look in Samuel Tuer's face and tell him nothing. And God will even tell him, where, even I who the creator and sustainer, I who the chief judge, wherein you have ever seen me give a verdict and I overturned that verdict. And God has never ever done that. He has never given a verdict and God overturned that verdict and said, come out, we're doing this because the first one was not fair. From Genesis to Revelation, look at all of God's judgments. You will never see God overturning an action that he took earlier. That is why the Bible refers to him as the impartial judge. Anyone who does that, the person is being teleguided, the person is being remote control, the person is not independent. It is purely political. It is a witch hunt. President Bouaka has always, God forbid, and that will never happen, but just for the discussion's sake, President Bouaka can even take gun in here and he shoot George Weah. He can do it. He's brave enough to do it. I'm telling you the degree of hate President Bouaka has against George Weah. That is why the government is never a government of inclusion, even though they're carrying the name Unity, United. It's never, since President Bouaka came to power, nobody from the Congress of Democratic Change, not even the other political parties that they will accept in their gathering or at their ceremonies. And you think that's leadership? You think that is a leadership? That's not leadership. That's vindictive. That's autocrat or autocratic rulership. That's dictatorship. That's tyranny. When you exclude, and only you, it's purely Nebuchadnezzaric. It is purely Nebuchadnezzaric. When you exclude the rest of society and only you and your people, because that's how it was. It was only Nebuchadnezzar and his people. Those who bow to him, those who follow his instruction without argument, those he will inflict pains on, even though he inflicting pain on them, is hurting them, is killing them, but they'll stay bow to him and worship him. The three jurors, one of them, the girlfriend of Augustine Fire, Unity Party Solicitor General, even though he married, we had the lady testimony, even though he married, but you love into the woman, the full lady, which means the head of the jurors. That the lady Jose said it, that now also, we know that woman from nowhere. She the one came and say, we didn't even know that they love him. She came out to say it. You have a word. How people can believe the thing? That was great people, analysts. They are not saying the whole thing here, Boakaf. Just imagine foreigners and all. The people say that your government gets something against that man. Because you expect the man loving to the woman. Then he put the woman there. Then now the prosecution put that woman there. That they sing prosecution, carrying on the love affairs thing. And you expect that everything, they will not communicate with that woman, or the woman will not communicate with them. That whole thing, if these people were serious, that whole thing, they would throw it out and clean the judicial system. They'll throw that whole thing if they are serious, if they are not vindictive, if it is not a grudge, they will throw that thing out. It will not be about Samuel 12 anymore of anything of a retrial. They will trash it out and look at the judicial system and look at the vulnerability of the judicial system and how they can correct it. But everything is political. It is a witch hunt. Unity Party is after President George Weah. It's not solely Samuel 12, but they can get to George Weah as they want to. So they are going after his followers. I've said this thing over and over, and I can never change on it, because we see all of the factors, we see all of the indications, we see all of the signs. So the other people now, you tell the people what happened. If they're four ladies, the three people, you people were there in the room. These people are not, they are not extra. They will not deny your information. All of you people were in the room. You come out to tell the people what you know. The four ladies here, together with the other two people, how they communicated, how the prosecution team was communicating with these people. You come because you had to free yourself now. You can sit down there. Unity Party people send you to good jail. You say why you know, why you saw of the four lady and the two other individuals. Why you saw, you explain, you put all everything. Then they will call them back because they will be forced. You explain everything. Then everybody will be sentenced. As I left imprisonment, Augustine Fire wife and who or girlfriend, whoever, all of them will go. Because the whole thing here, that just witch hunt, grudge. So you go now, you go, even though his lawyer said he's taking it to the Supreme Court, but Samuel 12 has made his position clear that he's not submitting to anything. So you go, you take your amen. You take all your amen, and you're bringing people in. You just how they call the guy Ibrahim Traore, soldiers, just the Dumuya soldier. You can see their face, and now the guys you're bringing in Liberia, though you're bringing, they didn't go for Samuel 12. You surround the man house just how you're surrounded Molba Molu house. You go forcing there, you're staying in front of the judge. And that junta state we in, that not democracy any longer. That junta state, you go take him by force. Then you're staying in front of the judge. Then the judge rule. that you kill a man into jail for the rest of his life. You're going to do it. And why you get the guns for, and why you get the machinery, everything. Even though Arthur Johnson say he's taking the matter to the Supreme Court.
I have taken the issue before the Supreme Court, and what we agreed on when we came back, before we come back, when I filed the first prohibition, it was the issue of jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is not something that you do by the consent of the parties. Oh, let's agree that we must have jurisdiction. You can do it. No, jurisdiction is what the law says. When I say jurisdiction, it means from February this year, where the court was open, and the court ended at the end of February, going to what, March, and then we extended up to what, June and July. You cannot have a hearing about a decision as a trial judge for what you did in February, because what the court has authority to open 4 times a year. When that one of those 4 times is up, you can't go back. It is by law. When we filed a petition, the judge, Stacey Chima, did not decline to issue the writ. The issues we raised, especially when the judge decided to have the investigation, in the absence of the parties that you saw in there, were due process issues. So when we went to the judge said that is a cardinal issue. So in order for us to have a situation, since the judge said he wants to investigate, let us use that to sign a stipulation on the agreement of due process to see that the judge gives the opportunity to everybody to be present and to answer questions, to produce evidence against themselves, against whoever that is against them, and to prove their case or to provide evidence. That was what we agreed on. So we signed what the stipulation is a joint agreement by the 2 lawyers on both sides, agree on the terms and the conduct of the investigation, even though in that we still maintain that the court did not have jurisdiction. That is why even when we come, the judge said when we come, we should register it as a matter of record. We raise it again as a matter of record. That is the law. That is the practice. That is the procedure. So we raise it as a matter of record that you do not have jurisdiction. He said it's granted. It is provided for by the law. So this investigation is not an end in itself. Whoever is not satisfied, we will take it to the level of the Supreme Court. Our concern here is not about jurors. Our concern here is the verdict that was returned. Samuel Twelve is a free man. To destroy that verdict is a Pandora box opening for the government. Why?
And that's what Samuel Twelve said, he can destroy the government in less than no time. That statement means he knows everything financially, how the government is operating, the shady deeds and others. He said it, that he can destroy, he can bring the government down in no time. And nobody should overlook Samuel Twelve. If I were the government, you just leave this thing. But if you can't leave it, it will go to another level. Thank God CDC said they will not sit down. They're ready to face the government head on now. And so we see. So you get ready. The people say they will face you no matter what. Enough is enough. And that's good. Okay. So let's get into the country that is on par with leading cocaine countries called Liberia. The country is infested. The country is filled. The country is inundated. The country is just everything cocaine. Everything cocaine, LIB, under the Unity Party government. Shame. That was a shameful statement made by the Justice Minister. He said the drug ring had been around for over 6 years. He wanted to say since 6 years ago, or during the CDC regime, the guys are just petty, small. It's embarrassing, it's shameful, but it's hard. They can never now. They thought that they were being transparent. They indicted themselves, and they cannot overturn, they cannot bury this one. They think that they are honest. making announcements all over the place, but they've indicted themselves, they embarrass themselves, they put their own government in a squeeze position. Investors now are having second thought. People don't want to come to this country any longer, given that the country is a narco state, a drug hub, a transit point for cocaine, and it is a dangerous drug. So you're coming into a country, it's very likely that something might happen and bam. So these are things, together with insecurity, instability. Many people look at it from insecurity, instability, but if you have a country that is being used as transit point, as the border for drug, receiving drug, exporting drug, what kind of investor will attempt to come to your country? When your country is characterized, when your country is branded, when your country is in such a terrible, bad state, investors avoid coming to your country. Investors avoid coming to your country. Take it for a joke. That's what embarrassing the government. And if they are honest, they will tell you what is happening to them presently. They will tell you they took pretty close to how many thousand? They hire a lobbying company to do XYZ for them, to lobby for them. That company now is in an embarrassed position. That company cannot go to convince investors, cannot convince Washington, cannot convince any multilateral institutions to focus on Liberia, given what is coming out of Liberia. So you know what's going to happen? That company will eat that money free, because if that company goes to talk on behalf of Unity Party to a given investor, that investor will already look at that person and say, but the country is a drug-driven country. The country is on the radar of cocaine. The country is not safe. They turn to another multilateral institution. They would say, no. We heard of Liberia being used as a transit point for the exportation of cocaine, one of the most deadly drugs in the world. So we can't do business with Liberia. Sorry. We have to turn our attention elsewhere. Every investor looks for a safe country. Every investor is comfortable to do business in an environment that is free of drugs. Every investor. So who will listen to their lobbies? That money they pay to those people either free, F-R-E-E, free. Because in order to get the investors, or to get the investors' attention, or to make the lobbyists work easy, the environment should be a conducive one. The environment should be void of instability, insecurity, it should be economically stable. It should have none of what we are talking about today. Let's take, for example, the lobbyist is in U.S. corridor, attempting to convince the U.S. government or U.S. officials on XYZ. And they sit down, say, yeah, let's talk Liberia, Unity Party, Joe Boakai government. And the lobbyists are talking from one end to another, putting Liberia case, making the case for Liberia in the space of 15 to 20 minutes. After that, then they say, we've listened, but how can we get to do business in that country that is drug-driven, that is a transit point, an exporter of one of the most dangerous drugs in the world, cocaine? Those people sitting before the U.S. officials will be speechless. They will not say anything. The only thing probably they will try to say faintly, investigation ongoing, the government. And listen, everything that the government doing, it can't discourage those people. As far as the people concerned, they fixed. They finished with Liberia. They're done with this government. They're done. And you know why? One of the things that the investors will be skeptical now coming to Liberia, because years back, Unity Party made it look like it was the CDC government that overwhelmed the country with drugs. So the international community, including Washington, believed the Unity Party government. And you saw the reactions. That is why Unity Party government, Unity Party in opposition was excited to say no investors coming to the country. George Weah has created an atmosphere of this, of that, nobody coming to the country. Investors can't look how the country is looking. They profited from that. So the people now, to hear that honor, the government that said in opposition, when they're in opposition, that George Weah and the CDC overwhelmed the country with drugs, are the same government with cocaine. They will say, oh, no, come on, you can't be serious. That is not a serious country. We know this for a fact. Too many investors have turned their back on Liberia. Do you know that some of, if not most of the government projects have stalled? You're taking this thing for a joke. They're making you to believe that it's not really something that will affect the country, and they are investigating with all that they're doing. Let's see. That they're only doing. That they're only doing a rough. The people are discouraged. They never expected that cocaine of this magnitude would come up in the Unity Party government, the government that branded its predecessor as drugging the young people of this country, overwhelming the country with drugs. That today they are defending. Today they are defending. Should the cleanest government to ever exist on earth defend? Should the cleanest government, the infallible government called Unity Party to ever exist on earth, the cleanest government to ever exist since God created the world, should be defending today? What will we tell, or what would J.J. Roberts say? Hearing that Unity Party, because they had this statement in the CDC government, and they were capitalizing on. I think it came from a U.S. ambassador, a former U.S. ambassador that was here, and then they were running with it. What would J.J. Roberts say if something like that, it was on something, and they ran with it? So we're asking that same question. If J.J. Roberts was alive, what would he say about this Unity Party government, cocaine government? What will he say? So let's see. Most of the projects have stalled, and it's going to get messy. They're acting like they're cleaning the system, but they are not cleaning the system. They're acting. Everything you see them doing, it is acting. The comedy. That's what thing they're doing. Because you know why? The 19.2 million. What happened with it? The 19.2 million. What happened with that investigation? They put out one SR. Less than no time, they say 300 million. They discover. And this is where I conclude that it is complete comedy. Vice President makes an announcement. Not the DEA. They said DEA was excluded. So they got the tip off. FBS Director General is commentating drugs. How can you commentate drugs or commentate over drugs? and you expect that only the mumu, only the dumb will believe that serious thing there. Then you look at the people they say they are suspects, foreign nationals. Look at the countenance. The people don't look frightened. They don't look scared. They don't look intimidated by anything. The countenance will tell you that, look, all these guys here, we are all in this thing, the family. We have these handcuffs on our hand because we know what's up. Look at the guy's countenance when they say they arrested them. The guys were just there looking at the people, looking at them. They may have no time. They were not discouraged at all. No fear. Nothing. The guys were relaxed. They just kept it quiet. Because they know what's up. Who in their normal self would take those amount of drugs into this country, foreigners? Who? Even if this place did not have security, nobody can bring that kind of amount because the citizens themselves will be the security, and that security will be tough. Then one more when you have security at every border point, every airport, everywhere. Less than no time, those things in the country. Then the executive say they discover. But it's good. The good part for us in opposition, they what we can say in Labyrinth, the people on the set. So no way now. The force, and they bring it out, their own thing there, they will call who are involved. They will call who are involved. That a good part for us in opposition. They brought it up, they put on the set. So they now will explain and still go. They were, it will get real serious. Some people now, they will not want to go to free jail. They will say some things, they will call some names, and it will be all right for us. The only thing that I want the opposition to do to capitalize on this thing every step of the way instead of being silent. Just as they were capitalizing, I'm not saying the opposition should stage protests here and there, but there is the issue before you. Every time a government makes mistake, it's an opportunity for the opposition. That's what politics is. That's what warfare politics is. Every time there is an excess of the government or excesses, there are unique opportunities for the opposition. Every little error counts for the opposition. You know why Unity Party people are boasting today that when they were in opposition, they controlled the narrative? These are the things that they were doing. Every little thing from the CDC government, they capitalized on it. They ran with it. They kept it afloat. They kept it alive for weeks, months. So it was difficult. The government was just defensively clarifying. Today, the same atmosphere we see, but the opposition, they are more relaxed. That's why Unity Party in as the ruling establishment making BMO and say the opposition weak. The government makes the issue, the government makes the news, the opposition capitalizes on that news. So they brought it up. They poo-poo on themselves. They play a rich now. They can close anything. They can lie on anything. They can lie on anybody. It will not go down anytime soon. It will stay on and on. President Bouaka goes to the celebration. We expect to hear him say something about this drug issue, even though we already know what's up, so we don't expect him much, but he has to tell his international partners the progress they have made and all the kind of stuff. He has to say something. You get the president talking about drugs. the opposition. This is that warfare. That's political warfare. That's how it works. Distract the government. Keep the government, when you hear the expression, keeping the government feet to the fire, that what it means. You don't have to stage protests like Unity Party did in opposition. You just have to keep reminding them. Keep talking about it. Keep talking about it. Keep the pressure on them. The more you keep the pressure on them, the more they are frustrated, they are vexed. You see what is happening? And you see what is happening. If you look at the atmosphere, Unity Party people are vexed. Their officials are vexed. You don't see them. You don't see them really talking anything of this drug. They're acting like they ain't happy. But if this was an opposition, forget it. You will find a 9 million plus Unity Party people flooding social media everywhere, running to all of the radio stations and just writing and talking. But because they know that their own government, the government poo-poo on itself, after they made BMO on CDC, they never expected that this was going to happen. It happened in their government, so they're acting like they just came to power. It is a unique opportunity. And let me say to you individual citizens who are average-minded and educated, you use your platforms, your talk, your right. You use your platforms. We are in. God allow us to be in the time of technology. Years back, we were not in the age of technology, but people were still fighting. What more when we are in the age of technology? That when you write something, President Bouaga sees it and reads it, even though he does not want to, but he forced. Yeah? They don't want to listen to AB, but they're forced to listen because of the impact. Because radio has greater impact than anything. That's why they can call, you have heard the expression, the power of the radio. You don't want to look at that expression. It's not just ordinary expression. It's not just expression by a literal standpoint. It tells you of the how it goes into the soul of people. That's why I want you to say, amen. What kind of thing the people talking on that radio again? Yeah, man, the people embarrass the country. Oh. Yesterday, when CDC, one President Weah called a news conference with media people and said, you know, guys, we all are citizens of this country. You guys have your right to report, to write, but we beg you. You should know what you're sending out. Because what you say, what you write, might have an adverse effect on us as a country. Oh, Unity Party people, yeah, we are there. Yeah, everybody make by the media to muscle the media, to telegraph the media. We are looks like and say, you report freely, you do what you want to do. All of us here, anything, that's it. This country for all of us. They start moving here and there, doing all that it could do. Fast forward, and we inside. What did they say? They are now saying that media institutions should be careful what they report, because what the report could have an effect on the country. That now they know that country, it can affect country, report can affect country. But yesterday they were reporting. Yesterday, they were telling investors shouldn't come to the country. Investors should not do this. The government, the United States government must bring sanctions. They were saying all of those things. Chief, I can never feel sorry for Unity Party government. I can never, because God said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Except the only way I will feel sorry for them, except I said, Andrew did not see them in opposition, what they were doing. I saw it. I saw it. And we spoke to some of the friends in United Party today, and they know that very well, inconvenient, that Chief, some of it in our way. You got to look at it from a country perspective. What if something happens? Equally, we did not support certain decisions that were being taken by the CDC government. And we say, look, this is wrong. You don't treat the opposition like this. You do this, you do that. We're fended off. Here we are today. They're saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing. That media institutions politicians should be careful what they report, because what they report could have an effect on the country. It could discourage investors from coming in the country. That now they know that it has a serious effect. But yesterday, it was not important because they were against George Weah government. You report anything you want to report, whichever way. Come on. Yesterday you did it. What mean you think you the best person, you the cleanest person of all, or you the most cherished person or most cherished party? You did it yesterday. God who created all of us, God said it and he made it. There are two, he made it the golden rule. The golden rule. That's why he said, look in the Bible there. He said golden rule. He said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. 50-50. So you say investors shouldn't come to the country. So you say investors shouldn't come to the United Party government too. Oh, but you said it yesterday, because if you are not said it yesterday, if you said, look, in the midst of all of these things we are intellectualizing politically, that's why we're saying this thing, but let's encourage investors to come. George Weah government will not stay there forever and ever. There will be election, we'll try how we move them. So if you had done that now, then in your time, we'll be sitting here, just how I sit here and say, look, let investors come to the country. Even though we disagree with Unity Party government on XYZ, but investors, you come to the country because we need this, we need that. This country is for all of us. You know the reason why we'll be saying it that way? And every one of us will be saying it because when they were in opposition, they encourage investors. But when they were in opposition, they discourage investors. So we hear them will encourage investors to come. You're doing that. You ask God. If God were to send Angel Gabriel down, he would say the same thing. He would say, but what's Andrew saying that the rule there? And you're doing it to the people. So you're there now that the people trying to do it. Simple. Simple. If you ask me, if we set me in facing 16 investors and they say they won't come to Liberia, and I have a say, I would say, no, you don't go there. I say, you don't go there. And when they ask me why, I say, but the people did it yesterday against George Weah. So that's why you see a number of things have not been done in the country developmentally. And that what they're capitalizing on today, saying that George Weah messed the country or he did not develop the country. So why are you going there? You'd rather carry your investment somewhere else, to a country that is serious, to a country that is not bitter, to a country that is not drug, that is not grudge driven. They hate. Countries can have their misunderstanding politically, but they always go for the country development. But this country, Liberia, that's why at 100, look at a country about to celebrate its anniversary, 179 years, it has nothing to show. 179. What has kept Liberia back? Bitterness, envy, strife, deceit, above all, servicism. That should be the one. It should not be the next person. You're going to celebrate anniversary 179. What are going to tell the people in terms of development? You're celebrating 179 in a time of cocaine discovery, cocaine exportation. You're celebrating 179 when the country is known as a narco state. That's the only development. Yesterday, under George Weah, Unity Party said the country was on a sick bed. Said no, economically the country wheel was not turning. The gateway was closed to the economy and all of that. Today, the gateway is open to cocaine. The gateway is open to cocaine. They are going to celebrate 179. Not small yet. 179. Liberia is still underdeveloped. 179 years old. The country got nothing to show. But it has something to show. And that something is called cocaine. That development is called cocaine. That the Unity Party government is a cocaine government. A drug-prone, drug-driven, drug-obsessed government. You can hear? Can't help me. I support anybody. I support anybody. You do something to the person say, I'll pay my debt. Because that's what God said. That's what God said. And your sanctions on Magede and the rest of the people, and you're happy? And they are Liberians? You people are happy. So now your own coming now, you want everybody to sympathize with you. We know one country with two different countries here, two different countries. Republic of Unity Party and Republic of Opposition. There are two different countries here, two different countries, just like the Vatican. All of us in Rome, all of us in Liberia, but are two different countries, two different governments. The Republic of the Opposition, our president is George Weah. Then the Republic of Unity Party, their president is Joseph Yima Bouaka. And a higher middle country, and a higher divided country. President Bouaka going to celebrate Liberia 179 years old. All the invitations they send, opposition are in there. Then get time. Then you're telling us that we will not do this, we will not do that. Oh, the thing hell. Oh, yeah. There you go. The people so bitter, so anger vexed until they took it to BBC. Didn't I tell you that they did on BBC? It's just my setup in my research room that record all these things down. Yeah. But I will still get it back. So yeah. I told you unless it is on BBC, the people carry it. And the way the people presented it. Ego. If you listen to that report and you have a Liberian, you feel you get very vexed with this government. The way BBC presented that thing about Liberia, they're cooking that report, and BBC goes all around the world. So imagine countries around the world now. Imagine how people are discussing it. Imagine how governments, ministers, prime ministers, journalists, civil society actors, politicians in various countries. That's why when you are in Liberia, you're traveling here and there. It's embarrassing. Not necessarily that you're moving with drugs, but you're ashamed. You're scared to say that you are a Liberian, or somebody asks you that you are from Liberia, you are a Liberian. Because you would think that they will bring out this drug thing, cocaine. Oh, yeah, one minute. Why me last moment? Rita. I laughing like this because yesterday when BBC was reporting on the events in Liberia, Unity Party people took interest in it. It was their food. It was their breakfast. It was their lunch. It was their supper. It was their discussion everywhere. All these officials that are here today. The only person I didn't know in Unity Party in opposition that the agriculture minister, maybe and few, the agriculture minister Alexander Nuta. Two other in opposition had any year and few others, but the majority, especially those ones that were here, forget it, all of them, I know they heard all that they were doing around here. They were enjoying all of the reports that were coming from BBC. Today, BBC is reporting the hottest news in Africa or in West Africa. The hottest news, the epicenter of cocaine. Unity Party government, they turn against BBC. They say BBC over-exaggerated. Oh, their Minister of Information, one of the guys who placed Bouaka in an embarrassing position, called himself Information Minister. He turned on BBC and said BBC exaggerated the figure. That BBC reported 370 million cocaine. How did BBC exaggerate it or over-exaggerate it? You're giving conflicting report. The same thing you said of George Weah. You said in the CDC government, when you people were in opposition, my people are listening, and I'm second guessing, oh, yeah, I've been here. I saw all these things I know, and these people can't deny. They said that CDC government, in terms of communication, was disjointed. That everybody was speaking for the government. Every government official was speaking here and there. And that one, honestly, that was true. At one point in time, at Capital FM, I raised that issue on the same afternoon show, that, listen, you can't have all the government officials speaking on everything. Sometimes if the public works minister is on the air, instead of giving the colors the chance, you hear government minister, I'm assistant minister for post and telecom, I call to Butcher as a minister. You hear the other one, I am the director for maintenance as the Central Bank of Liberia, I call to Butcher as the minister. You hear the other assistant minister, instead of leaving it with the Minister of Information speaking on it. Truly, it would be foolhardy to sit here and tell you that the CDC government, all that we saw was 100% perfect, and we are hypocrites. And we aren't. CDC government was not 100% perfect. They had their own anomalies. But Unity Party capitalized on it. And that's what I say, CDC today, with all these things happening, they're not capitalizing on it, and they're serious. Because everything matters in a political warfare from either side. They are capitalizing on things from the opposition because they see it as a political weapon. The opposition needs to capitalize on anything that is coming not right from the government and use it as a political weapon against the government. They said that there was not a synchronization, meaning the communication was not flowing in terms of the channel. The minister will speak on this, the other minister will kind of speak, the other minister will kind of talk, everybody. Even at one point in time, former Representative Akaris Gray, at the time he was still representative, he admitted to that. I say, oh, okay, I think you understand it now, eh? Because at that time they saw us as people who it didn't make sense to listen to the CDC officials. It didn't make sense. They felt that probably our status at that time was not there because we were not putting ourselves among the so-called big journalists to flatter them that they will get $200 or $300 and praise them. So when we sit down on our radio and we say, look, this thing here is wrong, we reason it out and tell them, they say, oh, they were vilified, they were dismissed, there was all kinds of stuff. So they will capitalize on that. That led to the former president appointing the Reverend Dr. Lawrence Brooklyn to coordinate the communication flow of the CDC government. Fast forward, here we are today, the same thing. Can you imagine President Boakai, Minister of Information, telling officials to respect the chain of communication? Imagine the most clever government, the infallible government, the righteous government, admitting to errors, admitting to distortion in communication. The Minister of Information, Jeremy Pia, after rejecting BBC report on Liberia cocaine discovery monetary value 370 million. He said government officials must respect the channel of communication, meaning when it is not your responsibility to talk in that area, you're leaving. That everybody, he's admitting that everybody, government officials are talking, everybody talking all day, everybody giving information. And do you know that they just went messy with this whole thing, everybody giving figure? Minister of Information gave his figure. Vice President gave his figure. Police Director gave his figure. All the United Party officials were giving their figure on the second discovery. So tell me now, in a professional setting, you have almost everybody giving figure. And then within there, you have people who are on top of the discovery, like the police director. And then you have a vice president. Are they not believable? Are they not seen? Believing personalities? They are. So if they gave the figure from a journalistic professional work, wouldn't you take that figure? You would take it. Will you dismiss that figure and come that you're listening to an ordinary person? No. And that's what BBC did. BBC took their figure from the very government officials, the top officials. Then you have the Minister of Information dismissing. But it is not the issue of the figure that I'm concerned about. The distortion of information. The same way they said CDC communication flow was distorted, disorganized one, they're the same thing they have admitted. That Unity Party communication is distorted, is disorganized, is mechanical, is elementary. When the Minister of Information will urge his fellow ministers to respect the channel of communication, meaning, I'm a minister here. I'm responsible to put out government information. You people stay in your area and leave my area. Why are you usurping my function? Crisis. Communication crisis. That what he simply meant when he said officials of government should respect the chain of communication. He told them, he simply meant, you're usurping my function. I'm the Minister of Information. I'm Nestor Boaka. I'm Boaka's spokesperson. I'm the government spokesperson. I should be talking in this thing here. Now you're staying in your area, you're staying in your public works, your transport, your central bank, your finance ministry, your various agencies, you stay there, you leave us. You leave me. I'm the boss here. I'm the communication chief. I should be the one talking on the job. It's not easy. Then Steve Zago came out with something. Yeah. Steve Zago came out. Steve Zago came out and made a suggestion. Steve Zago said that the government should launch a massive search of all houses. All houses. Our Steve Zago said, all houses. The government should launch a massive search. Massive search. They must search all the house or houses for drugs. The bad thing there? The what the man say, oh, Steve Zago. Steve Zago say they must search every house. Every house. Every house. He is the former commissioner, Liberia Immigration Service, and chairman of the Senate Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and National Security. That the government should authorize mandatory search of homes, houses across Monrovia because of the discovery of the 317 or more cocaine shipment. That's what he said. So, is it a bad thing? Is it bad? No, not necessarily. And people will not dismiss that. But the good place to start, government officials' houses. If you call for mandatory search, government officials' houses going to be excluded. It's going to be the ordinary people, the commoners. And guess what? They're going to put some drugs in some people's houses and say they discovered drug in this person's place. So the suggestion from Steve Zago number, but let it start with government officials. Not only their houses, even their offices. Let's see now if the government really earnest, really serious about this thing. Then let's see if Steve Zago suggestion has substance or should be taken. Then it starts from government officials, mandatory search of all government officials' house, including Mr. President, because Mr. President is a government official. He is an employee of the state. They search everywhere for drugs. If Mr. President can take drug tests, they can search his house for drugs. Mr. President is a citizen. Mr. President is a public figure. Mr. President is an employee of the state. He is a government official. He's not in private life. So if Steve Zago suggestion is anything to go by, and if the government takes it serious, then the right place to start, government, start with the government. Start with every government official, every government office. Do a mandatory search for drugs at every ministries and agencies, every government official's house, every senator and representatives. Yeah. Simple. That would make sense. But in the absence of that, no. It will just be the ordinary people. So, what happened today, July 23rd? The Liberia National Police, LNP, Liberia National Police. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Drug. Drug is a very, very dangerous thing. Very dangerous. It's not easy at all. Very dangerous. Dangerous. So what came out of the police? It said the Liberia National Police has relieved Deputy Commissioner for Crime Services, Johnny Dane, of his duty with immediate effect after he allegedly accepted $10,000 in connection with the ongoing investigation into one of Liberia's largest cocaine seizures. Imagine that. Imagine. LNP is confirming that one of their officers in Johnny Dane, Deputy Commissioner for Crime Services, allegedly accepted a bribe of 10,000 United States dollars in connection with the investigation into the cocaine seizure. Inspector General Gregory Coleman made the disclosure that although Dane was not implicated in the drug trafficking operation itself, the investigators found that he allegedly compromised the integrity of the investigation by providing comfort and assistance to suspects who are already in custody. The police director went on to admit to relieving or receiving that Johnny Dane admitted receiving the money and has since been indicted, turned over to the Professional Standard Division. Where is the guy? No time to get him on the screen, but you can just see, there's the guy. When you see the man on the protest ground, see the man, the first, second, third protest, see the man at the police station. And that's a small thing. And I easy. They know what's up. The people know what's up. And reach the boiling point here, it's getting there gradually. It's getting there gradually. It's getting there. So, okay. No, just hold on, Chi. Hold on. We can't do you. What are you watching for? Hold on. So let's get to what unfolded yesterday. The former chief of protocol in the CDC government was taken at the Monrovia Central Prison after the court rejected her bond and deported at $8 million United States dollars, which by every stretch of political reasoning, it would not have been possible to secure in time. AREP, headed by Edwin Martin, had always wanted Phinabono in jail. Remember that AREP, Edwin Clark Martin, is on a mission. The surrogate that the Unity Party government is using to go after seditions or former officials of the government. The first bond was rejected, the second, the third, and the fourth. The fifth, deported at $8 million, which was practically impossible at that time to secure anything of a property to do the evaluation, what they call property evaluation bond. So Phinabono was left with no option, or the judge was left with no option but to instruct or order Phinabono jailing. And she went to jail. Everyone saw it. She drove to the police, the central prison. She entered. She wasn't attacked. She wasn't forced. She wasn't nothing like getting security people forcing her, beating her, getting their hands on her. No. She stood there, they opened the gate, and she went. So she slept there as a plus for Unity Party. They will use that in their campaign record. Should Phinabono stay on her side? If Phinabono goes over to them, they will not use it. But if she stays in the opposition, no doubt they will use it against her. Even though her own kissy brother, Thomas Fala, betrayed her. The judge ordered her immediate release. Associate Justice Kabah ordered her release. Not only that, but he ordered Judge Usman Fekar to appear before him to give reasons why Phinabono was taken to jail. Why? That outcome, we are waiting. So he ordered her release. But what the judge said, what Judge Associate Justice Kabah said, that Phinabono have to turn over her traveling document, her passport, and other essential documents into the hands of the government pending the outcome of the investigation. So that's what it was yesterday. She was released, having spent a night there. Her supporters, not all, but most of the supporters, said that they will sleep there. And they did. They slept there. And when the instruction came from the judge, the order came from the associate justice that she be released immediately, the storm Morovia Central praising.
This is an occasion marking the release of Laura Stilabono from the Morovia Central Prison after she was sent to jail yesterday. Allegedly filing a defective from the Morovia Central Prison. Very excited. We are sinking in prison. God for this moment. We are all happy.
So that's it. Let's get to you to have your say. 0772 23 99 33 0886 3044 97. The women's line 0777 9804 75 0777 9803 75. The women's line. You can now have your say on those numbers as quickly as you can. Let's just take a few calls, and that will be doing it for today. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Sebachi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For security reasons, sir, I can't call my name, sir, but I just want to say thank you for your show. You know, I've been listening to you for a very long time now. You and Mr. William, Godson Williams. I just want to say, let God bless you people. You want to continuing, so that you can continue to do for the Liberian people. But just what you said, sir, for me, I can feel sorry for the Unity Party people, because these people, they were wicked, very wicked, and you don't do that to your own country. They thought they were doing something to CDC, but now they have been caught up, with this same situation. So let them suffer. And to all seditions, we are sent. Let them run with the narrative, because these people did it to us. So no need to be sorry for the people. You said it right, sir. So let God bless you. Thank you for your show, sir.
All right. Have a nice day, Chief. Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andrews, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I come from Down Coast Spoon Hill community, a member of Concerned Liberian for Justice. Mr. Andrew, you just said it right. That's why in our local parlance, they say when you point your fingers, the balance won't point at you. What am I saying this? Yes, yes, President, we are a government official where today, President Boakai hands are caught in a cookies jar. You are a senior police commissioner can attest that he accepted 10,000 to compromise, then what else are we looking for? If he was in a 7 hours in developed country, but now President Boga who have asked President Boga to resign. President Boga needs to resign. For me, I need to ask President Boga to resign. Why am I saying that President Boga should resign? He promised us that you were going to end drugs in Liberia. And today, a senior government official here have been caught for accepting 10,000 to bring almost 1 billion drugs into our country. So what can we say? President Boga, you have failed us. The only thing you get to do now is to resign. As a president, you are too far to your consciences. Forget about Forget about Kinabono. Forget about President Weah. President Boga, you have failed. And you have broken the vow you made to us in 2023 that you are going to end drugs. And today, it is now established that you are the one bringing drugs. Therefore, President Boga, I want you to act. I'm using the public manner to ask you to resign within the next 24 hours. Other than that, the Liberian people will ask you to do it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, this is David King, an executive of the Concerned Liberians for Justice. Mr. Andrew, the issue with this drug, we will not let it go to bed anytime soon. We took almost a month discussing the $19.2 million before the page one came out. Today, I listened to Gregory Comer. This one is about $420 million drug. That's the street value of it. So what people were talking about, 300 million, is lesser than what we were speculating. So that's saying, Johnny Bolandi, who the police said he been compromising the investigation, had received the amount of $10,000 from Gregory Umar. So he has been released on his phone and subjected to professional standard. If he's found guilty of whatever he's been accused of, he'll be subjected to court. So we've been seeing the same kind of a number that the police, they are compromised. In fact, that John Security, they are compromised. These guys are part of the drug cartel, and people been denying it. Thankfully today, the husband Umar has spoken. So I think the Liberian people, what does the banker need to focus on right now? How to redeem this country from the kind of drugs they are brought into this country. Because it was not George Weah who led drugs in this country, as was being said by Mr. Bonner during the campaign. Today, Bonner is in the driving seat. We got all these drug balls coming out of here and make Liberia now to be a kind of state where people call it a cocaine state. And you cannot blame them for calling Liberia a cocaine state because they have made it to be that way. And we are saying to him, we accused Mr. Weah about being the one who was giving drugs to young people. Today, you got cocaine all over the country. So who are you then? Are you the grandfather of cocaine? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Andrew, thank you for the time.
Okay. Have a nice day. Hello. Hello. You are on the air, Chief. Hello.
Hello, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having Johnson. I can make off the video, please. I'm having Johnson calling from station number 4, chairman for the Concerned Librarian for Justice. So, hello?
You are on the air, Chief. I don't have to be saying, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. To the issue. Uncle Sam, you see the country, we will always pray for the best for the country, but when you in a country where the people bring in 1.2 billion worth of drugs, then they try to cover all of it, talking about 400,000, 300,000. They are not even take over in the country. But for my source, the drugs that in a truck now from our house is 1.2 billion. On top of the president is usually overlooking. The president bailing us all over the country. Where he taking the money from? He bring a drug friend there. You remember the president told us he was on loan. The president is scared that when the president told us he was on loan, and the Liberian still look at him again the drug. But yet they say the people he took the loan money from, the drug money from, that the people he gave all over the gospel drugs in the country. Here is from. And the Speaker of the House.
Hello. Thank you. Let's go to the women's line. Hello, Madam.
Yes, hello, Sam Andrew.
Hello.
Yes, this is Man there calling from the Oro, Cooking State of the United Party, Cooking West on Joseph Baka, Necro Hero. Yeah, and Sam Andrew, I just want to speak on those Europe. All those women that they arrested and put in jail. You know the reason why they're doing it? You see, these people, they are doing that. They put these people in jail, arrested them, to put fear in the jury from now on that when they have case, when the government have case, they should always vote against the defendant and then vote in their favor. So that government will always win the case. That's what they are doing. Because you can't say that these people there, those women were, and they wear that lie, that what, yeah, then you just grab the other women, put them in jail, then you say, you free the other people because they are waste up and blow up. They are doing it to put fear. They are in jail for now. That's what they are doing it for.
All right, madam. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello?
Yes. Let's hear you.
Mr. Andrew, my name is Kafu Disen, calling from the Bell. Yeah, everything is concerned by justice. You see, Mr. Andrew, the just issue, Baga can do anything. Baga can do anything. And most time we feature them, yeah, supporting the just issue. You see, so the opposition need to be like this. Opposition always keep on a back. You see? So Baga will not take it serious. The country needs a big damage out there now. You see? And they're going, Grand Bazaar to go celebrate independence. And me, the police director always causing issues to help the guys there to support the issue there this year. So that's it.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. The guy they said he received 10,000 allegedly, Johnny Dean. That was Gregory Como, man. You see him on the screen. Let's go out of Liberia. Hello?
Hello, Sam Andrew.
Hello?
Hello, Sam Andrew.
Yeah, hello. You are on the air. Yeah, you are live on Kings 88.5.
Thank you for affording me the opportunity and the privilege to air my view this afternoon on the trending national issue. For the recognition, again, I'm Mitch Blamukume, calling from Woodbridge, Virginia, the USA. From your point or your talking points, my attention has been drawn to the former minister Samuel Tuer issues. What I want to say, I'm one person who has cherished the idea of past present government officials being prosecuted and held accountable for misapplication or misappropriation of state funds. But what has baffled me is after many years of trial, many days of court proceeding, and then the jury came up with a unanimous verdict that grant Samuel Tuer acquittal, and on our jurisprudence, that such a thing that the judge are calling Tuer back for retrial, a big imagination. It clearly tells you that there's a witch hunt. The United Party is not serious to prosecute people on the form on the issue of accountability, but rather they want to go after past government officials, and that is totally unacceptable. To actually subject himself to any kangaroo code or any kangaroo ruling. He should stand firm, and the opposition community should rally around him. This is a wake-up call for every Liberian, because this will bring serious embarrassment on our judicial system. It is totally unacceptable. As last day to let I go off the land, the issue of Steve wanting every room search. The government official whom President Bwaka's son club in rehab, which is called No Stress, that is one of the places that is heavily infested with cocaine. They should go and start a search from there. In the government common home, they should start a search from there before they go to any other librarian house and go put draw in the name of the going to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Let's go on the other side. Hello? Hello?
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
This is Esma Kai. I'm proud member of Concerned Librarian for Justice. You know, the government of Joseph Nyeman Boakai, they can be doing that wickedness, showing that yes, we are doing wickedness to you, we don't care. And looking at people, the way to trick them is the way the guy across the bridge behaved the last time. Because you would tell me, yes, the 3 jurors that are released from prison, you're telling me, say, on the basis of whistleblower. Looking at the case that is very, very controversial, the government have made a case very, very controversial, they were never supposed to be released. What has happened is that there are other more spies, to our belief that Samuel Tuer case was not legal. It is based on, it is political. Because the very one, what the lady does is allegedly or believe that she's a girlfriend to the Solicitor General or United Party government. She was a spokesperson for the juror. 3 of them disagree with the 12th juror that Samuel Tuer should not be acquitted. After all of the proceedings, they went into the community. They see 3 people that said no, Samuel Tuer should not be acquitted. They were the ones that brought the complaint. That who was in there with us. Now they are going to jail. The same 3 people you free them. Telling us that on the basis of whistleblower because they blew the whistle, they got to be let go. Wow. What kind of country are we in? And this is what we are saying, that we agree with Tuer. Don't suggest yourself. And you will be arrested in jail. Let it be on the basis of kangaroo or government, tyrannical government that don't believe in the legal system. But not on the basis of you being found guilty or in the act for which they are running after you for. Look, when it comes to the drugs issue,
are you there, Mr. Carr?
If he was a president already having the country at heart, looking at the economic situation and this cocaine issue hanging over us, he should have cut off that wasteful spending. Having the kind of dark plan hanging on you where cocaine is found everywhere in Liberia.
Mr. Carr, your line not too fine. It's cracking. Let's go this way. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Mr. St. Andrew for expensive regulation. I'm Jim Ozuwa calling, and I'm calling you from around today. Mr. St. Andrew Library is on the crossroad. Then we had gradually slipping from normal days to a dark day. Then it's worrying some of us who been around since 1990. You know, when the justice system is broken, it means that there is nothing like rule of law anymore. So it means that it's a kangaroo kind of justice. People will care against people that they know that are not in alarm. So, I mean, it's just worrisome. And actually, let me tell you something. We'll see more of these things that are unfolding more and more as gradually we are slipping from 2026 to 2027 and 2028. Can you imagine, say, Andrew, to just Roger said, when our president came from Tanzania, he asked him, he told us that there are things that never happened before, it will happen. And it didn't take a long time when the issue of the land in our the second issue came, where even the one I claiming other people property added to their property. When the general asked him, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I'm making new land." So I'm a know that property. So what land I belong to the army and it's again. But then no time. We saw the Guineans invade our place in Foya, and almost 32 times I've been homeless and displaced. We didn't take no time. We see 19 million drops.
All right, Chief.
This is another important point. Let me make a point.
But just hurry up.
Camera, LTA, who stole more money even than what allegedly they are accusing Sametua of. So tell me, if Adula Camara or appointed by the state drawer, by the state judges, why Sametua to appointed justice that is asking for retrial?
All right, good question.
The
All right, Chief.
coming in a because
Right.
the measure that our Pabea or Ale Olu,
All right, Chief. Thank you. Women's line. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sanju.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Sanju, I mean, if I came up when me get the information, my son just called me from Ralph here with a security. Who want to call me? Instead, well, since I go say the most, everybody for the Unipale official there.
Yeah, but we know that we have it. We talk about it.
Yeah, in the Unipale official and the hostage there. I want to drop the drop to some the Tata 3 people error and the 3 people in the error. They say, to find drugs out there, our attention move from the 318 million for 19 million. That the information about tell me. But say, ma, tell the people there were big though. They be smart, your hospital, and they want bring down, they want put it down. So our attention will move from it. Yeah, I want to tell me. So you're going to be smart. The people that cannot be smart. They put them on drop the drop to your door. They can forget about the 319 million. So, Andrew, let me tell you, the people are not easy on this. So, no way for them to excuse, and no way for them to defend, and no way for them to drop the level, no move for Easter. We live on the street Friday. Tuesday, they cost 318 million. So, they're looking for where forget about it, but we not forget about it. Then they will leave it. They say, Samuel 12, the jury, they want about that. They want you already damage your government, that your government exporting drug to UK. So, Baka country is a drug, it's a cocaine country. So, Baka country is a cocaine country. All now in BBC, our family, America will tell you Washington DC and tell Donald Trump to export to UK and all our countries. So, they can come from Joe Baka and take for our country, so you can damage our rest of the jury. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Hello? Hello?
Yes, so please, can I have my talk? I drop off
Yeah.
network. Yeah, so like I was saying, so now what is even more embarrassing for them now is that the security are involved. One knee is out today, but there are more needs that's going to be coming from that police. Okay, and even the NSA, the guy is saying it should be the embarrassing part for it because the international community are having serious interest in NSA, and that is the reason why they sponsor that sector of our country. So if we'll be having the kind of issue, we're hearing news from NSA, we're hearing news from the police, and it's a serious issue, and they need to do more because these are the KKL they put it out. The me do what they did, and he come because 5 million was distributed among them. One person had just admitted that he received 10,000. What happened to the rest of the money? So they got to flip it.
Emoka.
Oh, yeah.
Emoka.
Yes,
Remember,
sir.
and you see what we've been talking about the drug and that drug get money, real money. Just imagine that small bribe there, small bribe 10,000. Then imagine the other ones then.
Okay. So they are the ones that will allow themselves to be sacrificed for the big guys to play with it because the particular operation where the radar the guys in that even the cyber patrol, he's part of it. When the investigators stay going on. So they receive huge amount of money, and this is why the guys are using here. And I can say the guy everywhere they can go, they take the money and bring it into the country because they no way that they can attract investors into the country, no way they can get money. So the drug money is the one they want to use to be able to undertake the development that they want to carry on in this place there. But thanks to you guys, because of you people, we're able to continue to pump them on this drug issue so the rest thing can be done. When now they go on now with it now, the economic community is seriously part of it, and then they prepare themselves. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Carr, have a nice day. Hello.
Hello.
Yep.
What's up, my man?
Yeah, fine.
This is Emmanuel Unity Party Smith, and I'm proud to participate on your show from Congo Town. Getting ready to go home. You know, I listen to you, and I listen to majority of your callers. You know, one thing I admire the seditions for, the simplest way I would say is it's hard to die. I've never seen a group of people until how they're dying. They will never admit that they're dying until they die, until somebody come and bury them before. People who know them say that this person died.
And Unity, so by your parity of reasoning, Unity Party, people quit to die.
I've been rhetorical.
No, I know that you're not referencing physical death.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the same rhetorical position I'm using too. Because you're referring to one group that is strong, that is so they have hard skin, they can just give up easily. So by logical reasoning, Unity Party supporters that you support, you get soft skin, quick to give up. Can that so?
No, I'm simply trying to say.
Yeah.
The bad things that are happening in their party, with all the vision, the vision that you can see, an ordinary person in the street can see that George Weah can never be president in this country again. They say, I don't believe that this man will be president.
But what do you hold that belief too, that they hold that George Weah can be president in this country again?
But
no, answer the question. Hey, Chief, listen. Hey, my man, listen. That's why when we cut you off now, then you say, oh, we are intolerant. I'm asking you a simple question. You are an educated man. You hold that belief too? Do you hold that belief? Do you hold that belief too?
1,000,000%.
So that's the same way the people hold the belief 2 trillion%. If the belief it to be evident. No, so yeah, that is now. Hello. Yeah.
Thank you very much. My name is Abraham. Corporal Christopher, member of Concern Driven for Justice. Thank you for the show. The dog is not easy thing that is happening in the country. I don't know whether you heard about the one that happened yesterday. Summer door about 20 feet continuous flow with summer door yesterday. What to go on the side. So this is a cooking government. They here to drug our people and even drug the way. They lie, and they are the one that believing in our so much, and then they want to say on the CDC. What damage that is happening to the CDC? You want to go down for party headquarters? You think that damage to cause the party headquarters? You kill, you raping people, children, and raping boys and get you bring drugs to the country. You lie on other people. Then I see you saying about how to die. You are the one that's responsible and believing lies so much. Letting you have to offer the country, but to lie about everything. In a Bono issue, for me, I said, in a Bono, issue of the more playing. But also, when I tell you, you are saying, no, I will have to people. So thank you for the show. Both of them are free. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Well, Joey Kambao, Joey not Kambao, that you're worrying on that one, Unity Party people. That you're worrying that your head ache. That your head ache. It has degenerated you people into the state of dementia. That's what it has done. You people think this country, Liberia, is for Unity Party, their personal property. George Weah will never come back. Bwaga will never stay there forever and ever. So you know, you put it side by side. Put it side by side. You say George Weah will never come back. Bwaga will never stay there forever and ever. Your Unity Party people, you put on common sense. That's what's suffering you mentally. You have a serious mental problem when it comes to reasoning. You people are one-sided. Yeah, George Weah will never come back to the presidency. But you also have to look at it that Bwaga will never be there forever and ever. Simple. Because your reasoning is George Weah will never come back. So Bwaga will be there. Bwaga will be the eternal president. Then he will reign with God. He and God will be on the same path. They'll be parallel. Nonsense. There's serious mental problem when it comes to reasoning. Hello. That emotion will really kill you. Hello. Women's line. Hello. You are on, mama, madam. All right, let's get to the men's line. Hello.
Mr. Andrew,
Yeah.
thank you. So, this evening. So I called this fix. And this is awesome. Because that's a guy's suspicion. You know, Mr. Andrew, any government is incompetent. You need those official cards to substantiate the facts of your issue. We tell the people that the government is not in a position to really come to set the issue of justice in our country. The former president, as a non-believer says, the Unity Party people criticize it. They said that, we are accepting justice in the country. We are close and eating criticize public speaking to avenue. They said that judge that was there, but they want to call us a very simple point. This is the issue of the ministry. The resident that belongs to the throne of the president. We are selling drugs. We have evidence of that. We have even proof of all those things that we are saying. So the government president Bwaga is not serious. We're making the damage the interest of the country. Because all people look at it, they say, okay, have all the kind of resources to see our best to fund the issue of drugs. But the man is incompetent to lead this country. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling. Have a nice day. Let's go back to the women's line. If you are on, fine. If you're not on, fine. Hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm Abelu calling from Tanshaw, West Point.
Yeah, speak.
Yeah, say na concern me are talking concern about the job business. Their job in the will not get tired. The job 90 million can. We put them on the street, we say we want to know who did a job. We not get understanding on it. Then we come back again, they bring a lot more job to both what I say, national job. They pay and living a job business in going beginner to go celebrate Independence Day. What is going to celebrate? The job that you bring, because you know inside the job. But the people know very well how the job business going on. They follow the thing. You know what the action. 27, they were soon they said the coming house, all our fear is you want to begin to go celebrate the Independence Day. Our country damaging a day. I want to say that day, I say, women, they'll just go back and go to the embassy and go report the thing that going on in the country. But we're not saying that. It will just be dry, but I will not take action on it. They will not do nothing inside. Because so many people inside the job, they are campaigning here, they are here for job, we are going to a job, we are cancelled job, they are not job, they appear. And I see people are being a job in the government. They damage the mayor government, they say possession on the mayor for a long for job business. Today, now nobody to make noise. So they will possession on their government. They're saying that they're passing free, they're catching people there, they're arresting former minister there, they're going to people home and they say there are people near the job. So next time again, part of it, they say that. But Samuel Toa kept pass, and we tell Samuel Toa yesterday, we say we're not put a photo happening. When you go there, we will stay by him, and you will not go there. They won't stay by. You should not put a foot down there. You must run into a horse. Then you go with on there and go arresting or police go arresting. Then all I will get us will go there and get everybody. That one would say in the country, because the country, they're doing hunting now. You must be hunting your friend. You can't rescue that beer. You're not rescuing that. You're rescuing former minister. You're rescuing yourself. You're rescuing former minister. And you're just hunting them from place to place. What I want for. You know, labor election coming, so you are what you will do. Thank you, Papa.
All right, thank you all. Let's go the last one from the men, then we are out. Hello?
On the drugs issue, I think the government is doing well in the fight against drugs, right? We were here, we saw that Bono giving money to the drugs.
You come back?
But I did not conclude on the drug issue.
No, you came in an unruly manner, which is not representative of your Chief. You did well. So that's it. You seen the guy on the screen, Chief. The Unity Party mayor just caught up. Chief, we know that thing. That thing, you people going out of ideas with your so-called propaganda. You people have never been propagandistic. You people had been destructive. We know what propaganda is. That's why giving you a hard time now. You don't know how to get this cocaine stuff under control. The government is damaged. The reputation of the government is damaged. Weah's time was far better. You saw leadership with that drug issue. Because you have no leadership today, so you stay shifting blame. You stay going back into George Weah regime, that we are infested this country with drugs. Too petty, too turning, too mechanical of a people that claim to be educated, no governance than any other person. The guy on the screen, Unity Party supporter, according to Gregory Coleman, their police director, Unity Party police director, the guy allegedly received 10,000 United States dollars. This guy is a Unity Party supporter, best friend of Gregory Coleman. My information is he was removed from the CDC government, removed from the force because of his behavior. Gregory Coleman comes back to the police, brings him in as one of his top guides. You see him on the screen, you see the two of them, 2 million photos. You see Gregory Coleman and this guy. They're very close, very, very close, very close, very close. His own man, Greg, announced that he allegedly received. But Gregory said the man admitted to the investigation that he received 10,000. So no need to use alleged again. Alleged is when the person has not committed, has not confirmed, is suspicious, is still under investigation. But if the person came and say, yes, the information out is true, I received 10,000, but it was because of this, or this is how the 10,000 came in. So it's not alleged again. It's a confirmation. Johnny Dane, a Unity Party supporter, a strong stalwart of Unity Party, the police director did confirm that he received 10,000.
Investigator, he was one of our most senior officers who became compromised in this investigation, not in the whole drug side, but in the investigation, to provide some comfort for those who are being arrested and brought in. He has admitted to receiving $10,000. Now, such 106 Johnny D.
Yeah, Gregory Coleman said he admitted to receiving 10,000.
He was an investigator. He was one of our most senior officers who became compromised in this investigation, not in the whole drug side, but in the investigation, to provide some comfort for those who are being arrested and brought in. He has admitted to receiving $10,000. Now, such 106 Johnny D is relieved of his post with immediate effect. He has been turned over to professional scanners. Interdicted will be investigated, subsequently turned over to criminal investigation. If he's found guilty, if he's found culpable and charged, he will be part of the fold as well.
Yeah, the man said Johnny D admitted. So ain't no alleged again. It is confirmed. He admitted. The police director quoted Johnny Dean. The police director did not say it's alleged that Johnny Dean. He said Johnny Dean admitted, told them that he received 10,000 United States dollars. That 10,000 is purely bribe. So some of the investigators or your leader team, or in the investigation, you must do it this way, do it this way. Let's give the public the impression that we're really on top of our game. And just so they will be screaming and yelling all over the place that, yeah, the investigations are going on, the government doing well. Drug business in a small, it involves money, good money, big money, large money, huge money, fat money. Johnny Dean, you see the man on the screen? Every photo, almost 2 million will be running running it. You see Gregory Coleman with the man. And look at Gregory Coleman's countenance when he gave that briefing. You could tell that Gregory Coleman vexed with him as a friend. Like, oh, my man, you my booty. I brought you in the post. Then you're doing the kind of thing, you embarrass me. You see Gregory and the man? Every time you saw Gregory on the scene, you will see this guy. Very seldom Gregory will be around this guy, wouldn't be. Often he was around. The guy, one of the leading police officers. And Gregory Coleman, booty. Gregory Coleman, one of his best friends. So like, my man, you betray me. You put me in an embarrassing position. That the man there, the Johnny Dean, he received 10,000. So the investigation will now have to prove who gave Johnny Dean the 10,000. 10,000 is a huge amount in no small money. It doesn't have to be 50,000 or 75,000 or 100,000 before you consider it huge. There are two things here, the amount and the intent. Of the two, the intent is more of concern than the amount. To agree willfully, unregrettably, no coercion, receive 10,000 or receive money to compromise the investigation is grave. So you know what Johnny Dean did? Say, look, the whole drug thing here, you're just making noise, or don't mind the people there, the Gregory Coleman man, the justice minister, and the other people, they acting like they think yeah, they ain't know about it, that serious thing. Look, they think yeah, let's just take our own and go, let's eat our own. The Unity Party people, the Unity Party man, Johnny Dean. His Unity Party man brought him in the fold and brought him close. Imagine that. Then our other Unity Party man will call. The only thing is, the man call. The man call. I wish I could see you in person. We're not enemies. We are human beings. We are Liberians. We get intellectualized, but dear brother, every time the man comes on, the only thing he can say, CDC people had to die. Yes, that's true. That's true. CDC people had to die. Given the context in which he said it, it's a reference for commitment. For commitment. It's a reference for loyalty. It's a reference for resolve. When you are committed to a cause, no matter what you are going through, the temptation, the strife, everything, you withstand it. That's what they refer to. You have heard this expression, withstanding the test of time. It takes a loyal person to withstand the test of time. It takes a committed person in the midst of it all. When all the odds are against the person still never compromises anything, believes in the policy he or she believes in or they believe in. And that aids the summary of seditions. So when the Unity Party men say seditions had to die, that's what he was referencing. He thought that he was being condemning. But that is true. They are committed. Their number has not dwindled. their number has not dwindled. The number has not gone down since they left the presidency. They are in opposition. Their number is increasing. People have defected and still defecting from the party, meaning leaving the party, and they are not discouraged. They are even more buoyant. They are hopeful. They gave everything to their party. So yes, when you hear the expression, the person has thick skin, that's what it means. On the other hand, by his reasoning, Unity Party people don't have thick skin, and truly they don't have. Yeah, the drug thing, they're cussing all over the place. They vex, they mad, they're wrestling within themselves. They put in their predatory breed on other people. Then to face their reality, shame has overwhelmed them. And then you come, the only thing they can say, we are not coming back. That is a broken record. We're tired with that record. That record does not have substance any longer. Because we've heard that record over and over, over and over. When you listen to one music over and over, it's bold. It doesn't attract your attention anymore because the substance of it has gone, has faded. Joe, we are not coming back. Joe, we are not coming back. Joe, we will never come back. We agree. The same thing you people were saying in opposition, we put it back to you. We push, we flip the script back on you. Yesterday, everything that CDC officials and their supporters would say, Unity Party people will respond, we agree. So we are saying the same now. George Weah, you're saying not coming back. We agree. George Weah will never become president. We agree. Anything you say, we agree. But we have a very significant issue before us, brought on us by Unity Party cocaine. Cocaine. We have the issue. That's why you should be concentrating on. How can we have this major issue of one of the most deadly drugs in the world, in our country, and then you're still talking, we are not coming back? Is it normal? That's not normality. That's abnormality. Yesterday, you said Weah was the one who overwhelmed the country with drugs. Weah is out of the presidency, does not have control, anything, national decision making or governance. President Walker has. Should we be talking about cocaine in his government? You're faced up to your own messy situation, your own up to your mediocre act, and leave this thing. George, we are not coming back. George, we are not coming back. We're not in 2029. Wait for 2029. 2029, wait and see whether you will still be saying we are not coming back. That light skin can cry ahead of time or pretend to be strong. Then when the stage is set, you can see nothing. Wait until 2029. You are a Unity Party supporter. I urge you to wait. Fall on your knees. Pray for long life. Ask God, Lord, please take me to 2029. Let me see 2029. That's what you should be concentrating on first. We're not talking about 2029. You don't hear us, all of us on this radio. We're not talking 2029. We're talking the issues ahead of the issues before us. The people who talk about 2029 are the call-outs, and they're entitled to their opinion. We cannot dismiss their opinion. They call and say 2029, we'll take Bouaka from there. And they are right to say it. And they ought to say it as many times as they can. We can say it Not that we don't have the ability to say, but it is not our priority. Because that under 3 years from now, our priority is to deal with the issues unfolding at hand, and those are sophisticated weapons to exterminate politically, electorally, Unity Party. And that's what we do on a daily basis. We could say, I say 2029, Baka moving from there, 2029, Baka moving from there. But we'll be distracting ourselves of the real issues, because Unity Party, every person of Unity Party, they are afraid of this opposition. They are afraid of George Weah. They are afraid of supporters of CDC. That's why they're crying baby early. George Weah will never come back. George Weah will never be president again. That scared people can do that. That weaklings can go on. If you know that George Weah will not be, don't be singing a song. Do what you have to do. Prove to the people, and let the people say, oh yeah, George Weah not coming back for you. But you're doing nothing. You infested the country with cocaine. Your own Unity Party people receiving bribes. Your own government officials are alleged to be in the processing, production, and exportation of drugs out of this country. You don't shame still to be saying, Joe, we are not coming back? As if that song has any substance in it again. Your own police director confirming your own Unity Party man received 10,000 United States dollars. Citizens, supporters of CDC, friends of Weah. When we're telling you you're unbelievable, you get money, oh. Now money, M-O-N-E-Y, money, drugs. And then when you call cocaine, it get big money, large money, huge money, wide money, plenty of money, on any money. They want to call cocaine. They want when you inside. In less than 4 or 5 months, you can buy mansion. You can buy 6, 7 cars on the spot. You can buy house in a country. What's the most expensive country? Or one of the most expensive countries, Dubai. You can buy, if they're selling houses for 50, for 500,000, 800, whatever the amount, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, you can buy. Because the money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. It got money. The drug business, it got money. When you hear drug, you're saying money. When you're saying drug, you're saying money. I see you, man. Drug waste. You have a man on the screen, oh. That man that Johnny D. Mayer. That man on the screen. All the photos you see, or majority, let me not say all, majority of the photos you'll see the man Gregory together. That Gregory Booty. That the man, that his own man announced it today. His own man, that not speculation in the grapevine. That his own man, Gregory Coleman, announced it today. And you just heard Gregory Coleman? That his own man announced it. He said the man admitted receiving 10,000. Say the man admitted receiving 10,000 United States dollars. They're not Liberian dollars, oh. They're not Liberian dollars. United States dollars. The man received it, 10,000. So who bribed him? Who put that 10,000 up front? It will have to be known. It is already established that bribe took place. The amount is known. So we gotta know. We got to know who bribed that man. Somebody. Is it white man that bribed him or black man? Is it somebody within the investigation that bribed him or somebody within the government cycle bribed him? He has to say, we want to know where that $10,000 came from. Who bribed this man? The police chief confirmed that he confirmed receiving 10,000.
Senior officer who became compromised in this investigation, not in the whole drug side, I said, but in the investigation, to provide some comfort for those who are being arrested and brought in. He has admitted to receiving $10,000. Now, such one admitted to receiving $10,000. Admitted to receiving $10,000. Now,
he has admitted to receiving 10,000 United States dollars. I see you. I see you. Please join us this evening at 8 o'clock when the man of the hour, the teacher of the land, the light of the nation, the evangelist and Anthony at law, A.B. Williams, is in with Face the Issues. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be explosive, insightful, as usual. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. Thank you.